Alright. Look. Jobs.
Weird, like... When this was painted, it was like, hey, look out the window! We're all working! Things are great! Now it's like one of the graffiti murals after someone gets shot or hit by a car. This mural is actually really affecting you. I forget that we live in separate realities. Mine's clearly better. Yeah, with the ghosts and the murderers. Yeah, it's wonderful.
The lack of any direction and the crazy murder.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Oh.
Aww.
Alright, well now that I'm done sucking out loud at band practice.
I can't jump in the library!
That's just because Bea will not... No jumping in the library!
Closing in 2 hours. Okay, cool. Any idea where the microfeesh is? Oh, I said it correctly. I just assumed she spelled it wrong. Microfeesh. Microfeesh.
Microfeesh.
Microfeesh. 3rd floor. Okay, thanks. Up, up, up! I like how we can bring a cigarette in here, but we can't jump in the library.
I mean, etiquette. Come on.
Ah, yes, jumping. So much worse than fire.
Hey, you know. I like this.
Oh man, this looks like my campus!
Really
this looks like my old college! Like with the little desks and everything. Looks like someone left something open on this one.
Is it porn?
It's a resume.
Close enough.
Bob Targ. Born 1967.
1697, and he had a resume.
Shut up. 50 years old. Let's see. Experience, mining, construction, well drilling.
Well drilling.
I never think about getting a job when I'm old. 50's not really old.
Also, you're not thinking about getting a job right now.
You should have money then, right? Ideally. It should be, like, guaranteed. Should be guaranteed in general. You gonna join my young socialist chatterbox group?
Fucking A, let's go.
Sure. If it gives me the option.
Oh, it's Bubsy.
Eh?
Maybe when you're older.
Holy crap. What? It's Charity Bearity!
My lord.
What's Charity Bearity? How do you not know Charity Bearity? I assume this is something from school. The school of being 5 freaking years old! Oh, right? So this was a thing you liked as a kid. No, I hated Charity Bearity! It does look really hateable. It was like, you were kidnapped by a cult. You were under some kidnapped by a cult, clearly.
Oh yeah.
And when they were like, brainwashing you, instead of some cult guy with a wavy dagger and a magic mask.
Ripping
That's not... Okay, yeah, go on. Instead of that, it was this effing pink nightmare. You were scared of it? No, I was bored to death. It was talking forever about being kind to others, and I don't know, helping an old neighbor do engine repair. That sounds nice. Charity Bearity helps old Mr. Plonko fix his hovercraft. Ugh, no, that's the worst part, it always rhymed! Charity Bearity, Pink Nightmarity.
There you go, Bea's got it.
Charity Bearity, I just don't carity. Wonderful.
I really love how Bea and Mae live in these, like, two, like they said, they live in, like, parallel paths, but, like, where insofar as each of them is always saying, I can't believe you haven't heard of this, but with Mae, it's all about just, like, random dumb bullshit, and with Bea, it's, like, things that you need to do to live a life.
Okay.
Alright.
There were no other things to play with. I didn't see anything else pop up.
And you couldn't, like, go off past that side
I tried, but
yeah, so if
like,
so,
just
maybe
Charity Bearity.
Maybe you have to hit the elevator again. Maybe this is only the 2nd floor.
Oh, maybe? Just to see some stupid Charity Bearity.
Hey, that was an alright conversation.
I enjoy hanging out with Bea in the library.
Important to be aware of it.
Gross. Take that off.
Also, I wouldn't be surprised if you get in this elevator.
Going up. Okay, then yeah, we were just on the 2nd floor.
There we go.
Oh, the darkness. My old friend.
Oh, it's just...
Sniff, sniff. Oh, wow, it's dusty up here. It's old up here. Sure is. Maybe your ghost is up here? Yep, ghost. Or something. Whatever he was. We walked through a chain link fence. or flew over it or something while carrying something. Alright, well that's even more impressive.
If he's a ghost.
So we're gonna go find this guy.
Yeah.
Because he took someone. And he's like somehow connected to this thing I've been going through. And that's not good.
Okay.
That all sounded like a lot more badass in my head. It's okay. It was fine.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Microfeesh.
What is... I forget it. I'll find out in a second.
What microfeesh is?
Yes.
You've never seen microfeesh before.
Maybe I have, and I just don't remember.
It's like
the
the super, like old camera reels, like,
okay.
kind of like that, but for newspapers where they make them really small and you use a microscope to look at them.
I have never done this.
Alright, there she is. Cool.
You'd be...
So, I have no idea how to use it. Really. I can't know how to do everything!
Or most things.
I'm sorry, but what expertise have you brought to this thus far? This whole thing was my idea!
I'm an ideas girl!
No, your idea was ghost hunting. My idea is to do at least a tiny bit of research on it. If you think that's so stupid, why are you here? Because you're my friend, you asshole! This is how I greet all my friends.
I mean, if my friend is being an asshole, then I will tell them that. I'm with Bea on this one.
Look at that's what she took out of it.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, we friends betwees.
You're an asshole.
Here, let me set this up. We'll be here all night if your dumbass is in charge. Wonderful. Minigame with Microfeesh.
But yeah, for the record, no, I've never used a microfiche before. You'd be alarmed how little molecular biology and biochemistry overlaps with old fucking newspapers.
That's fair. I was an English major. I would be more likely to look at old newspapers than you. Okay. Alright, so what are we looking for? I want to steer! No. Move! I'm steering! Ow! Jeez, May! I'm sorry. Okay, how do I do this? Step 1, look at the screen. Step 2, move around and look at stuff. Step 3, find ghost! Sure.
Spectral happenings at Possum Jump.
Spectral happenings at Possum Jump. 2 local sweethearts were startled this past Sunday night as they hiked along the woods overlook.
Wooded Overlook.
Hold on. Okay, I guess we just have to read it. I was trying to see if there was a thing that would have it like...
There probably is if you scroll around some more.
Overlook. According to the lovebirds, at approximately 11:45 a.m., a figure appeared to walk from the edge of the cliff out to the open air and then disappeared. Forestry workers the next morning were unable to locate any evidence of anyone having leapt from the great height, leaving the exact nature of what the two saw a mystery. A decent hike up into the State Forest Hills, Possum Jump is famous for its beautiful view of the Echo Reservoir. It also holds historic importance as it hosts the lonely graves of several persons involved in the Possum Massacre.
Fucking...
Ooh, a massacre!
Events!
That sounds like things. No, I don't think that's useful. Tragedy at Stafford Mine. An explosion occurred at 6:20 a.m. at the Stafford Mine. All work has ceased while men attempt to rescue any survivors. So far, 3 men have been pulled out alive along with 20 dead. The explosion occurred 10 miles deep in the mine, and only one group of men were able to escape before the elevator rope snapped, and the next group of men plummeted to their death. So far, hopes of finding more survivors is low. The main path of the tunnel caved in due to the explosion, and supervisors are still attempting to piece together exactly where everyone was during the accident.
Alright, so we have mine, tragedy. So is this gonna be, Until Dawn?
I wonder if, depending on the things we look into, maybe, but I don't know, we haven't seen like a ton of different choices other
Well,
than
this
just
one's
hanging
probably
out.
important.
It's Possum Massacre. Severe violence broke out at the Stafford mine strike today. The bosses arrived to attempt to renew talks and were taunted by some of the children present. Rocks were thrown and the National Guard and strike bearers opened fire on the crowd.
Jesus.
After a few minutes, the smoke cleared and the gory scene revealed. 9 miners are dead with a dozen more injured. A young brother and sister were also shot dead as they were delivering a package of food to their father and uncle who was on strike below when the shooting broke out. The photograph of the 2 children, aged 7 and 9, were shot in cold blood has circulated far outside our little county. The heinous act led to a personal visit from the governor to the strike site to meet with the strikers. Independent inspectors were also brought in and talks finally began, 45 days since the start of the strike. The bosses have agreed to comply to the current safety standards and to honor the demands of the miners. Okay, so when did this happen versus... wait.
My money is on
are
the...
these 2 different... So there was...
They are.
So do you think this strike was because of this?
Almost certainly.
Okay.
Alright, keep looking.
New old store.
No.
Strike. Okay, here we go. It's hard because this thing's like right in the center. I'm trying to make it easy to read. A strike at Stafford Mine has been called. The idea first rose after the memorial for the 1888 explosion victims. Okay, then yes, that did answer her question. Miners gathered in the home of Arthur Borowski, our ancestor, to continue the memorial to their friends. They also began recounting all the promises the bosses had reneged on the past year, including basic safety measures to avoid another explosion. A group of 20 miners entered the mines to begin the strike, and 30 more joined them before morning. All work has been stopped at the mine, and the miners are now striking in 8-hour shifts. Their wives and children have begun to bring food and water for the men. The bosses have stated that the mines are safer than they were a year ago, and there's no need to act in this manner. Local ghost Little Joe at it again. As the school children are quick to inform you, Possum Springs has at least one resident who won't show up on any census survey. Little Joe, purportedly the ghost of Joe Shade, a miner who died in mysterious circumstances some decades ago, is a favorite spook story of the whimsical and weird members of our community. His most recent activities seem to involve getting up out of his coffin in the old section of Possum Springs Cemetery and strolling around, unnerving visitors to the largest graveyard in Deep Hollow County. His grave has become a destination for unruly and often destructive local youths, and as such, Possum Springs City Council is considering erecting an iron gate to protect the historical tombstones that fill the small hollow where Joe Shade lies buried. Police have also stepped up patrols in the area, so be warned, thrill seekers, you may not see a ghost, but you may see a fine for trespassing. Samuel Colson has purchased 10 acres of land on the outskirts of Possum Springs. When we inquired as to what Mr. Colson would use the land for, he would only remark that what was coming here would delight both young and old for years to come. We are very anxious to be delighted. Stanley.
Awesome. The statue. That's no big deal.
No.
Look for some more headlines.
Underground gases afflict many. Oh! That could be handy! Why is this one so tiny? Is there like a... I'm trying to see if there was like a... Nope, no zoom. Fucking hell. Of course. The houses on Larch Street have been evacuated after the discovery of gas buildup in the basements was found to have led to hallucinations in scattered members of the households.
Oh boy.
Well, that might explain a lot then. For the past several weeks, residents have been complaining of family members who began hearing voices or seeing things that were not there. One older woman was found having an animated discussion with an empty chair. When pressed, she calmly explained that she was talking to her sister who had passed away some 50 years ago. 2 nights ago, the son of Carson Zimmer ran out of the house and leapt into Cooper's Pond 1 mile up the road. Moments before this, the child had been readying for bed and, according to another sibling, became increasingly agitated. The last words he uttered were about some sort of song before he dashed out of the house and into the night where his watery grave awaited him. This last event persuaded residents to request help from officials to see if this is related to St. Leuven's lantern, a phenomenon where exposure to specific underground gases leads certain victims to experience waking dreams, auditory hallucinations, and the sense of unseen presences. Preliminary tests indicate that the gases present in the homes, and mining officials are moving the residents until more tests can be completed.
Well, that's not good.
Well, if you think about it, we have those guys who were working construction right near our house. It might explain why Mae had some of those funky dreams.
Yeah, I mean, it does say underground gases, and you are sleeping in the attic, and your parents who sleep beneath you haven't said anything.
That is fair. That is fair.
Maybe.
Strike lumber's on. That's just more about
piece of the strike story.
Sound off opinion line. Sidewalk. Patterns. Okay. Ghostly rumors haunt New Historical Society. The Possum Springs Historical Society's conversion of the Strikegeist house into its new headquarters and education center has hit a snag. Custodial head Jed Newsom has resigned, citing strange occurrences in the old manor. I'd be there after hours doing my work, and I'd heard someone walking around trying doorknobs. I came out to see who was fooling, but no one was ever there, said Newsom. Trying to get this map room operational for children all the while, I'm looking over my shoulder expecting to see God knows what.
Alright.
Mr. Newsom had previously requested to work only daylight hours when other staff were present in the building, but even that proved to be too terrifying. I don't go to the off-limits areas anymore. I don't go past the second floor, and then only to the office. I know the others laugh, saying I'm seeing Little Joe or something, but they can all go spit. Little Joe, for the uninitiated, was a local ghost story popular some years ago. The Possum Springs Historical Society has refused to comment on Mr. Newsom's claims at this time.
Alright, so can you, back out or something? So I feel like you've seen just about everything that's relevant.
Oh, wait, this one's new.
Yeah, that's just more explosions.
Deep Hollow County mourns. Let's see.
Any names familiar?
2 of the men, Addison Pine and Henry Harvey, were the ones who set off the explosion. three other bodies belong to Peter Blasseau, Christian Stanoff, and Peter Lethergo.
None of those sound familiar.
Strange but true, a tale of teeth. What?
I don't know. I'm not.
All would gather around and place their teeth into the sockets and then retrieve their tooth after the retribution was completed. After the strike of 1889, the society dwindled. Occasionally, a descendant of one of those men will find a tooth with strange markings in their home. Strange but true. Okay,
So it's some weird cult thing.
So if we find creepy teeth.
Alright, I think that's... So what... Can you, like, back out or whatever?
High piracy! Statue. Okay. I'm trying. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess we just had to go enough around. This is interesting, but yeah, not exactly about a ghost. Unless I just have to... I literally have to, like, center this shit on all these things. Pressing stuff is not doing anything.
Alright, find one of the ones about the ghost. Just like walking around.
Massacre, teeth.
Up and to the right a little bit.
Spectral happenings at possible jump.
I like tap buttons and move around that.
Oh, hey, it worked. If I press square while on this. Okay. Looks like possum jump. Let me read it. Blah, blah, blah. That's back up in the state park, right? Yeah. Ever been up there? Nope. Gonna check it out, though. Go nuts. Okay, so I have to...
Okay, so like tap on some of these that you care about.
There we go. It just wasn't registering. Hey, hey, hey! Ghost spotted! Historical Society. Yeah, I've never been. You didn't go back in school? I think this was when I wasn't in school. Oh, after the softball incident. Yeah, I've mostly just watched TV and did therapy.
Yikes.
Well, it's actually a pretty cool old house. Used to be owned by one of the miners or something. Railroad mine, steel mill, something like that. An actual haunted house? No. Elementary school kids are there all the time. They have, like, summer arts and crafts programs. Oh, well, still worth checking out.
I would see something about like the explosion of the massacre or something and see what's up.
No ghost to be found here. I'm just doing it on... The way you say ghost, it sounds like you don't believe me. I'm trying to make sure. This one? No ghosts. Maybe this one?
Yeah.
Because it's weird. Oh wow, this is gnarly and awesome. Oh my god. Alright. Massacre. Like, any of these could... No ghost here. God, it's an advanced tragedy. No ghost here.
Go up and to the left. And
Saw a possum jump. Statue. I just wanted her... Nope, damn, I thought she... The albino groundhog! Oh, here we go. Little Joe. Oh, look! Scooch, so I can see. Graveyard, that's a gimme. I mean, if you're looking for ghost stuff, that's where they make a lot of them. Looks like they saw him in the old section. Oh, cool, that's where his grave is. I'm actually interested in that. How could you not be interested? This is like actual dangerous ghost stuff. I like history. Ghosts are history.
Oh, yeah.
History that won't stay history!
Nice.
That's actually pretty good.
Nice.
Okay, well, that's like 3 leads. What's Boogie? Let's Boogie? Also, is that it? Yeah. Now we're good.
Yeah, we've already read.
Alright,
like,
so
everything.
the Graveyard, the Historical Society, and Possum Jump. Those
Yep,
are the 3
those are the
locations.
places.
You're a regular detective. Mae Borowski, a detective of ghosts. Alright, let's go!
Alright.
So we've got some leads. Can I borrow your car this week? Do you even have a license? I mean, no, regardless. But do you? Nope. No license, no credit cards, don't believe in money. You just believe in other people's cars and money. I didn't choose to be born into this society.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, I have, a job, so I can't drive you around to all these spots. I can maybe do the graveyard? I need to go there anyway. Cool, I'll see if Greg wants to do the other two. And I probably don't have to say this, but just because something happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Hey, nerd, ever hear that history repeats?
Boom. Time flows like a river.
It does the same thing over and over again. So we've just been in a loop since we were living in caves?
More or less.
Yeah, that's science. Oh my freaking god.
It's great. I love these guys.
Our friendship is wonderful.
This is the best. Oh, hey guys. What's up?
Nerds! What is... Shh. Is that Miss Quelky? Sure. Oh wow, haven't seen her since graduation. She was always kind of a badass.
Word.
School district did not fund that art program at all.
Oh.
But she made it work.
Oh, cool.
She was like some sort of art teacher survivalist.
Ah, it's one of those stories.
Oh
nice.
wow, I never realized.
Cool art.
I think they pay her in bits of string and empty soda cans.
Woof. Too real.
Thank you all for coming to this second meeting of the Possum Springs Poetry Society. Well, that explains why Selmer's here. Do you want to stick around for this?
I mean, I'm a poetry
Yeah! Tonight we have new poems from myself and Fisherman Jones and Selma Ann Forrester. I will start us off with one of my own. She's from some big city, right? They don't actually pay her in string, right? Yes, Mae, they literally pay her in string. I was just joking. Right.
Sure, I'd believe
Ahem!
that.
Letter to my worst student. Oh no. To my worst student. The subject of my stories. I tell friends back home, when they ask about life, out here in the sticks, it's you. I worry. At the end of my life, you will be the only one I remember. Why did you key my car? I know! It was you, Brian! Thanks, everyone.
Nice.
I was so worried it was us!
Yeah, I
so
was
glad
really
it wasn't
hoping it was
us.
going to be Mae, and this is going to be awesome.
Is that legal? Poor Miss Quelky. At least she's blowing off some steam.
Yeah, everybody needs an outlet.
Next up, Fisherman Jones. Fisherman Jones has a poem for us. Two poems. They're short, though. 2 poems. Take it away! Hi, folks. Thanks. This is called Tunnel Eels. Tunnel eels, tunnel eels. I do not know how it feels to be in darkness all the time, born in muck and raised in slime. But neither do you know paths I've trudged, so it hardly is your place to judge. That's pretty good. Okay, that's one poem. Next is shorter. This is called Tunnel Frogs. Tunnel Frogs swims in the dark. Must think it would be a lark to be a fisherman like me. But what would you know, amphibi?
Ian? Nice.
That's it. That's great.
He
Thank
writes
you,
about what he
Fisherman
knows.
Jones. Dude is really worried about what fish think. He definitely talks to the actual fish. Yes, he does. Oh, most definitely.
Most def.
Finally, a poem by Selma Ann Forrester.
What's up, Selmers?
Huh. I didn't realize that was Selmers' full
Yeah.
name.
I kind of thought Selmers was the last name.
Yay, Selmers! Yeah, I didn't realize it was like an amalgamation. Thanks, Mae! You know her? Dude, she's like your neighbor. Oh. She writes these really funny, dorky short poems. I'm up for something short and funny. This is called There's No Reception in Possum Springs. God. She's not wrong. No reception here. I wave my black phone. In the air like a flare, like a prayer, but no reception. I read on the internet, babyface boy billionaire. Phone app sold, made more money in one day than my family over 100 generations.
Yikes.
More than my whole world ever has. World where house buying jobs became rent paying jobs, became living with family jobs.
Fuck.
Boy, billionaires. Money is access to politicians, waiting for us to die, lead in our water, alcohol and painkillers.
Selmers, please.
Replace my job with a nap. Replace my dreams of a house in a yard with a couch in the basement. The future is yours. forced 24/7 entrepreneurs. I just want a paycheck in my own life. I'm on the couch, in the basement, there in the house and the yard. Some night I will catch a bus out to the West Coast and burn their Silicon City to the ground.
Jesus, that...
Holy shit!
I'm with you, V. That is too fucking real.
Wow. Damn. She rhymed entrepreneur. I don't even know what that word means. Thanks, everyone. Is she always like this? No! Wow! Huh.
That was way better than normal
Thanks, everyone.
stuff.
See you in 2 weeks. Hey, Selmers! What? I liked your word poem! Thanks, I wrote it myself. Wait, was the assumption that she didn't write it hers? Nice work, Smelmer.
Selmer? Oh my god.
I don't like that nickname. What are you two? Sorry. It's cool. Can we go now?
I don't like that nickname. Stop doing that, please. At least Mae respects that.
Okay, thanks for coming to this historical society.
To this meeting of the ghost hunters.
Meeting of the ghost hunters.
Alright, what do we got?
Okay, thanks for coming. We live here.
Fair enough.
Right, so, find out anything about your ghost? Yeah. Tell him, B. There were some newspaper clippings that talked about a ghost. Not just any ghost. Little Joe. That's a dumb ghost name.
It's a great ghost name.
I don't really remember Little Joe. He's a ghost miner. He died in mysterious circumstances. Wow. I know, right? Mysterious. I thought you were, like, afraid of this ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Like, filled with dread and shit. I'm terrified! Okay. So it mentioned 3 different places we can all check out. I have work and stuff. Yeah, Greg and I also have work. You guys skip out on work all the time. Maybe we can, like, split this up? Share custody of you and your ghost? What places were you thinking about? The graveyard? I call that one. It's close and not illegal. Is there, like, an illegal one? Sure is. The Historical Society. You know, you don't have to, like, break in. The people there like to pay you to show off. Twitch. Anyway, I'm here. I'm in for this Historical Society.
I'm here for that.
Awesome. So what do I get stuck with? Possum Jump! I know Possum Jump. We used to go there in the Scouts. Perfect! Okay, I need to, like, actually get home. And do work. This is gonna be awesome! And also I'm scared to death!
Okay.
Ta-da! It's Selmers, eh? Poet! Good poet! Thought, if I die, Selmer should write a poem about it.
We'll see.
F the cops!
Talk to Dad, go to bed.
Ugh. Yeah, seems like that's going around. The erg. Yeppers. So, you and Mom had a bit of a fight yesterday, huh? Yeah. I thought you two were getting along. We were. We are. Just a bump. You two, always two alike. I guess? I got your chill and her smart-assness. I just hate to see you two on the outs again. It'll be fine. We're cool.
Okay.
Alright. And nothing over here like usual. Yep, okay. Time to head to bed. Woo! Whoosh. Jump. Alright. Check this real quick. See if there's any messages from peoples. Oh, from everybody.
From hella people.
Hey, let me know when you want to hit the cemetery. I should be around most nights this week. IDK, thanks, B. IDK, my BFF Jill.
Christ.
I'm going there anyway, it's like down the road. You're ruining this! Oh, in that case, you are so incredibly welcome, and also you better not forget this big favor. That's more like it. I'm falling asleep. Had fun tonight. Sorry if I was grouchy. It's just...
She fell asleep on her keyboard.
It's fine. What, did you fall asleep? Yo, I looked up the Historical Society on the internet. It's real old, but then they did big renovations. Oh, really? I mean, listen, I'm not saying there's a ghost, but old stuff that just got torn up seems like ghost central. How so? You're a ghost hanging around in an old house, and then someone puts in a pool where you died or something? Haunted pools would actually be scary. I'm spooked. Going to bed. Night. Angus. Hey, Mae. Let me know when you want to go to the park. I looked up a map and it's a pretty straight shot up to Possum Jump.
Nice.
Okay, great. We never really get a chance to hang out. We get to hang out with Angus! I'm so excited!
Good.
Yes! Finally!
Yeah, you've been wanting this for
I've
a
been
while.
wanting to hang with him. It'll be fun, I think. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Night, sir. Tips hat.
Oh boy.
I love him so much. It still never gets old.
Sharkle.
Sharkle. Alright. Time for bed.
Yes.
Bedtime? No. Yes. Night, night.
Geek Vision.